Yeah, Nader. Yeah, okay. Cool. Maybe like PTI where there's a timer. Yeah, maybe. Something like that, Tessa. Yeah, don't worry. We got it. Control. Yeah, let me change up the title, dudes, and let's crawl out through the fallout. Disregard son. Acquire ammo factory. Fallout 4, day 5.5. All right, title is changed up. Yeah, Tessa, we're gonna spool down the I'm gonna spool down the YouTube stream for the night. Not that it was up, but yeah, we'll just go old school. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna shoot off a message here while it's fresh in my mind. Okay, cool. EJ's Fallout playthrough. Whoever took my son is gonna get 154,000 bullets. Not in the payment they desire. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a Midwestern goodbye. Yeah. God, you're not wrong. All right, fellas, I'm just gonna go down to the house, use the restroom real quick. I'll be back in a moment, and we'll get started. Be right back. 1 second. Okay. Let's get to it, dudes. You finished season 1 of the Fallout series in minutes. Oh yeah, just be careful with spoilers, okay, man? I did hear about that, Rod. Yeah, pretty crazy. All right, where are we? Oh yeah, we're in that alleyway. We were doing a... We're doing a loot run. What loot do we have? We got plenty of good stuff. All right. Season 2 may get death claws? All right, now we're talking, dudes. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, all systems pretty much that. Okay, so we got our combat rifle. Where were we going? We cleared out next back street and... Sorry, getting a lot of messages. All right. Yeah, I got him, D. Did it put in the one that's at 100? Of course it did. All right, let's roll. All right. Does Codsworth have loot on him?
Hey.
Mister.
Okay, he's full. We might be able to get all this back in one shot. It's gonna be close. Nope. Yeah, never mind. It's not gonna be close at all. Yeah, the bones. We don't need that. Come on. Okay, we got most of it if we leave the bone there. Anything else that we can leave here that we don't necessarily need? I don't need fertilizer. We can leave it. That fertilizer doesn't weigh anything. Okay. Anything else here that we don't really need? We could scrap the guns. Yeah, we'll scrap all the guns and see how much space that gives us. You're a loot goblin? I need it for my damn factory, dude. Auto pistol. That's cool. Scrap it. We'll keep those hunting rifles to modify. Oh, we should definitely keep that. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two. Is this the F-22s, dude? Oh, that is not the F-22s. That is pretty good. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I don't hate that. No, watch the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know, Katra. I hope I didn't. Yeah, I don't hate that. Nope. Didn't scrap it. Still there. What do you think NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, will be able to do?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Is NGAD that, is it that, the AI? Danglesaur, since I can't play, I'm just happy I can watch. Factory still kicking butt. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Hey, Max, 6-month resub. Thank you. I just haven't favorited Oculus. It's easier. It's easy to see them. We didn't clear out Weston, but it's all right. It's a manned fighter, but it's 6th generation. Not AI 6th gen, which looks a bit like a stealth SR-71. Oh, nice, Tessa. There you go. I caught a little bit of the science and technology part of the stream, and it was pretty sick. I do that every Fridays, Danglesaur. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it. Did I work for NASA? No, I'm self-taught when it comes to aerospace engineering, dude, but I have 20,000 hours in Kerbal Space Program. Does that help? Hang on 1 second. Oh, nice. Nocturnal board. All right. Yeah, that legendary ghoul did not like me. But yeah, Danglesaur, no, I have never... I've worked with NASA on projects for Twitch and stuff, dude, but yeah, never actually worked for them. Model, this is armored. This is T-45. Yeah, sometimes the legendaries are irritating, yeah. Actually, fun fact, it has NH and M. That's a combination of New Haven, the New Haven train line's old livery, and Boston and Maine. New York, New Haven, and Hartford, and Boston and Maine. The font is here. Look. The font is NH. See that? Right? But it's B&M's livery. See what I'm talking about? Nice touch. I never noticed that before. B&M blue and white. But it's blue and white with New York, New Haven, and Hartford's lettering. That's a cool touch for the train nerds. Derail Valley combined with this would be amazing. Post-apocalyptic train simulator? What happens? The rails would have to be maintained. How would you maintain the rails, dude? Hey, I killed all the raiders.
I took care of those raiders for you.
Night. Really? Everything okay? That's the best news I've heard in a long time. By the way, we've talked about it, and we've decided to support the Minutemen. I think it's worth giving it another chance. The only way things will get better is if we stand together.
Okay, cool. Take it.
Growing well.
I can't take all your potatoes. Yeah, Panderific, maybe. Put all of the stuff here and assign one of them to be a runner back to the sanctuary. Oh yeah, we can do that. That's right. You're pro Brotherhood or pro Minuteman? I'm pro me. So Tessa, I forget how the supply lines work. Are they gonna take all this crap there? As a Bostonian, what's your reaction to the game setting and its representation of Boston? It's pretty good, man. Pretty faithful. For what it is. It's not an exact scale replica, but it's cool enough to be able to pick out the landmarks. The inventory between linked settlements is shared, but you don't get to see it. It'll just use it. It just makes it available. Alright. Workshop inventories become the ender chest.
Let's trade.
Sure thing.
Yeah, Ivan, I've played... Yeah. I haven't played Brotherhood of Steel and Tactics.
Got it.
I'm just thinking about how we're gonna do this. Yeah, you know what? I'll just assign her. I'll give her a gun. Here.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Okay.
Have fun with that. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm gonna take the junk with me and I just want to head back to Sanctuary. We'll do the water next week. We'll do the water place next week. So we'll just take as much as we can. I'm gonna take all the resources that I have that I've been looking for. Oh. We might be able to just grab all of it. Jangle's the moon monkey. All right.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Nice. All right, we can get out of here. Let's do this. Joe-ho, 56, 56. I'm good, Tessa, on the mod front. Nice bridge. Yeah, these train tracks are awfully steep. I'm just gonna go ahead and pretend like there was a terrain cut here and it got blown up, and that's why the bridges collapsed and everything, and that's why this train looks like it goes up a steep roller coaster style hill. Let's just, yeah, let's just pretend that there is a cut here. You play with no fast travel? I'm playing on survival. Oh, crap. Yeah, playing on survival. No fast travel. It's not that far anyway. Frickin' rad storms. Sorry, kiosk.
Yes, well, isn't this all very exciting?
Drive-in. Does that shotgun have an explosive legendary perk? Nah, I think it's just a regular old shotgun, man. Did the titles not switch over to Fallout 4? Huh. Guys, what category do you see me in? You see Fallout 4? Alright, cool. Yeah, my dashboard didn't update. Alright, thanks, Lurker. Cool. Oh, okay, Iger. What do you recommend? What do you recommend as a must skill to have in this survival? You already got rapid and more weight. I was gonna recommend more weight. Strength. Strength will get you more carry. More carry is really what you need, dude. At least that's, I mean, I don't know. It really depends on how you spec your character. I needed more carry weight so I can lug stuff back to this thing. Packing and picking probably. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
No way I could pick this.
Gathered a little more than we can carry, did we, sir?
Looks like a BAR, dude. No, it comes out on the 25th. Cool. All right. I learned another trick for the logic thing earlier, third and fourth paragraph. To simplify this requirement when using any negative gate in your logic gate chain, you can replace one input wire on the first logic gate in the chain with the original input source AND gate 2 and supply constant power to the new AND gate. If the first gate was already an AND, you could just wire constant power to it. This will engage all logic gates after it as long as they are directly connected to each other. I don't want to play Dyson Sphere, CJ. It's a good game, but it just didn't. It's a good game. Like, it just didn't scratch the itch like other games have. Does that make sense? It's a good game. Like, I don't mind it. I'm just, yeah. Gotta get the scrapper set up. I took apart the scrapper. We have a bunch of junk that needs to go into the scrapper. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, CJ just wasn't really... Yeah. It was a good game. Like, when I first played it, I was like... I played it for like 13 hours straight. And I was like, okay, we should probably be careful, right? Like, should probably be careful with this one. And then like, yeah, I don't know, just, I'm like, yeah, I don't need to play it. Everything is powered, dude. We're good. All you gotta do is power one thing on the line and it'll power all of them, unless you're using that one for data. Thanks, CJ. I'm hoping we could have some fun getting this stuff figured out when I get back. This is gonna, dude, I'm gonna go on vacation and this is all I'm gonna be thinking about. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that logic figured out, dang it, you know? Yeah, keep the Switch with you. Yeah, that's already figured out, Tessa. I'm not streaming on vacation. This is a just get away thing. Okay. Bucket! I know you made a factory in your last playthrough. Did that one fully work? No, I never finished it. This is the Mark II. I never finished it because I couldn't figure this out. So this is kind of unfinished business, Ivan. It's a similar style of factory with the resource hoppers and everything. But yeah, we might have to think about it a little bit differently. Because when I originally made that factory, I didn't design it for automation or logic, right? Because I didn't understand it. I would argue that I still don't understand it, but consider mods to fix any of the problems the game might have. Kane, I have the mods that I need to do what I want to do in the game right now. Yeah, we have it's slightly modded, just like the way I played KSP, dude, slightly modded.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Mitt. 30-month Breeze Up, what up? Have you considered SCMOTs? SCMOTs? State, County, Municipal Offender Data System. Alright, so Tessa, what did we use? We had NAND gates, right? And then you linked all the NAND gates to the XOR. XOR or XNOR gate, right? That's how you did this? That's how you got the logic to work correctly, the triple input system? Right? Don't bother with this. Don't bother with that. Oh, okay. I gotta say, I've never heard so many movie quotes from one streamer. I'm a little bit of a movie freak, dude. I also do all different kinds of voices for your viewing and listening pleasure. Just do what it said in the wiki about a gate at the start. Don't react well to bullets. So what do I have to do here, Tessa? I have to add original input source AND gate, original first logic gate, and supply constant power to the new AND gate. If the first gate was already an AND gate, you just wire constant power to it. This will enable all logic gates after it, as long as they are directly connected to each other. So I just need to supply power to the first gate in this loop. That's it. Okay. Okay, let's make it. All right, I'm gonna try to make that. I'll try to make the gate like what we did last time. So that needs to be like that and like that. So this goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there. This one goes to that, that one goes to this. All right. Now, we're gonna need another set. Here and here. You can go with this, or you can go with that, or you can go with this, or you can go with that. Now we're gonna need the meter. What is it? The interval. Interval switch goes here. So what I'm trying to do is make it so we can have binary input. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get done here. We need to have binary. that will make it so we can count and store numbers in memory of things going by. The idea is that we can have better inventory processing that way. Alright, so we're gonna need a couple of switch blocks here. Right? That one can be the master power for the switch. This one can be data, right? And then I need another one to control the actuator. And then I'm gonna need a terminal. I need a terminal to control the interval. Kicking, we'll check. We're about to do it. And this is going to be the data inverter right there. Or the data signal inverter. That's what it is. And then this goes right here. And then we're good. So that connects to here. This connects to that. That goes there. This one goes right there. And then to power the entire design, Tessa, should we attach power right there, the inverter, the first gate, the first switch in the gate? Or will that not work because it's only connected to there?
Every day is a fine day with you, sir.
Like that. Yeah, I have my master power. That's gate power right here. That one's data signal, and then interval. Then you're good.
Hey,
I'm all here.
Forgot Codsworth had junk. Keep it in the baseball glove. Hey, Notes. EJ, I had no idea you co-hosted NSF, man. Awesome stream earlier, too. But I have no idea what gaming or even Twitch is about. Yet, discovering space-centered Twitch channels are awesome. Yeah. Twitch is a website where you play games and people watch you play games. What I like to do is I like to play STEM games, Notes. I like to play games that get the noggin jogging. So Fallout 4 has this DLC for it, download. So this like an addition to the game. Like they add more content. They add more stuff to the game if you pay money. That's called DLC, right? Download content, right? With this DLC that they released a long time ago, called the Contraptions DLC, we have logic. So I thought it would be fun content to engage with you guys and let's try to figure out how to make a freaking computer in this. Because also with the Contraptions DLC, there's conveyor belts and machines that can make stuff for you in the game, right? You can shoot in Fallout. You're in a wasteland, a post-apocalyptic wasteland in Fallout. So you need ammunition. So I can make my own ammunition. This is why I'm collecting all this damn junk, like flip lighters and metal buckets and paintbrushes and all this stuff. I go scrounge around the wasteland, find metal. We scrapped all this stuff with this machine right here that I'm loading everything into, right? And we can use it to make bullets, factories, armor, whatever. And you can do that with the DLC, which I think is super cool. See, it's gonna pull this stuff in from this trunk right here. Oh, hold on. Hang on a second. It's gonna start pulling from this trunk right here, and it's gonna take the wrench and the glue, and it's gonna break it down into its components. See? I think that's a super cool game mechanic. To put it in context, the last game I played was GoldenEye for the N64 back in the day. Slappers only, no odd job.
Are you sure there isn't someone more suited to all this?
Yeah, man. I know. I played GoldenEye back in the day too. That's cool, Notes. Yeah, man. Yeah. That Fallout is a really fun game. It's a post-apocalyptic exploration game. And with Fallout, the reason why Fallout 4, this game originally came out in like 2014 or 2015 or something. It's old. But the reason why I'm kind of revisiting it is because Amazon Prime just had a series, a series that was based off of the game come out, and it's really good. It made me want to play. The show was so good and so faithful to the damn game. I was like, damn, dude, I want to play this. I want to go back and play it. And, you know, can we play Fallout, right? Like, can we play Fallout, you know, and put a STEM spin on it? Yeah, absolutely, with all this logic. Sure. I just finished this when I first found you? Dang, dude. Don't talk about spoilers. Okay. Slappers only, no odd job, Tan. Yeah. Yeah, Tessa, I got you. Yeah, don't talk about spoilers, dudes, okay? We have 2 months limitation on spoilers. We can talk about it, like I said, in about 2 months. So right now I'm taking these guns, these crappy guns, pipe pistols, and I'm scrapping them for resources, man. There we go. You only live twice, golden gun. Good call. That's a good one. But yeah, Notes. Dude, I'm happy I'm making you happy. You know what I mean? That's my job. And if you can learn something along the way, well, that's good too. I didn't even know what the heck you were talking about when you referred to logic originally. Still mostly don't understand the madness of what you have going on here, but I'm getting there. Basically, logic is as simplified about as simple of software as you can get, supplemental. Like logic, I've always found logic to be like a very literal or like a very actual name for it, right? It's so computers. Just computers in general. Don't even think like, oh, computers coding, blah blah blah. No, just think of computer. Like, how does a computer work? What is it? What does that mean? Computer. It's moving numbers around, right? How computers work is they communicate in ones and zeros. A binary decision. Binary. Everything is built off of binary. Why is everything built off of binary? Well, because somebody came along and figured out a way to basically make an electronic called the transistor, right? That basically, if electricity is flowing through it, right? If no electricity is flowing through it, it outputs or like if some electricity is flowing through it, it goes this way. It goes left. So a transistor has three places to attach wires to. You have the center, right? Right? And then you have decision 0 and decision 1, okay? So depending on what's coming in your input, it can flow electricity here or here. That's logic. That's it. Logic is a very literal name for it. It's logic. If it has this much electricity, then it goes to option 0. If it has this much, it goes to option 1. That is computing. That's how a computer works. It's just choices. Ones and zeros. That's it. You get... I mean, that's all like a processor chip is just a bunch of those. It's just a bunch of transistors. Not actually, but you get the idea. It's just that over and 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 over again. There's bajillions of transistors in a processor, in a modern processor. There's it would blow your freaking mind. You look at one of those things under a microscope, you'd be like, how the heck did we manufacture something like this? Right? You could build a calculator. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make logic governance for my factory, right? Over here, I have a hallway, right? See this big hallway? It's not finished yet, right? But in it, it's going to have a bunch of these hoppers. It's gonna be just a resource. I'm going to build a resource sorter, kind of like Minecraft. Similar idea, right? In Minecraft, you can make it so different resources find their way into different chests, right? And you can put stuff in a sorter and it'll sort things for you, etc., right? You can do that. You can do that in this game too. So I need to build a system that's going to break down all my resources, and instead of putting it in the workshop storage, which the workshop is this settlement, so this settlement has like a master resource depository. Sorry, something got stuck on the line there. You know, what it does is it basically, this conveyor workshop storage basically teleports it to my resources main storage area.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Well, doesn't like feeding the damn typewriter. The typewriter wants to live. Too bad, typewriter. Oh. Yeah, doesn't want it. So... So long story short, we have gates, these logic gates. Sorry, I was thinking about something else for a second. That stupid typewriter wouldn't do it. So we'll put the typewriter in our 2-cell. Typewriters you can get good money for, right? So long story short, in this we have, depending on where we're sending power, where we can route power, we can create what's called a data connection, okay? So in electronics, right, you have, obviously you need electricity to make something go, but, right, you also need data. I mean, you're not flowing magical fairy dust through that processor that you're watching this stream on, right? There's electricity flowing through it. It's just how that electricity flows through it. Like, once again, making those decisions, those binary decisions, zeros and ones. That's what a computer is. It's just a bunch of decisions, zeros and ones. Now, think about all the decisions that a computer needs to make to even, like, run a calculator or something. It's pretty crazy, right? That's a lot of stuff happening all at once. But that's the beauty of it, because computers work, honestly, speed of electricity. Electricity works at the speed of light. It's pretty damn fast, right? That's why a calculator can, beep, 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 you could belt out those numbers real quick. But all you're doing is having your computer go through a set logic amount of decisions, right? And somewhere along the line, somebody figured out, right, with a computer, that if you have ways to modularly swap out your logic decisions, well, you can have a computer do different tasks, right? I'll give you a really good example of this. A Nintendo cartridge. There you go. See what I'm talking about? Right? They figured out that you could make it modular and you could swap it in and out. And then somebody else figured out that you don't even need the cartridge. I mean, there was already software at the same time. Like, this is an extremely condensed, pretty crappy explanation. But they figured out, you figured out that you can write a bit of code, and as long as you have some type of intermediary system to be able to have the code that you wrote be translated into binary, right? That you can basically tell a computer to do anything. You could have the computer be a calculator for 1 second, and then you could have it play video games the next. Flashlight, it's dark. So yeah, these ones and these zeros, dudes, yeah, that's called a bit, right? An 8-bit system. Guess how many ones and zeros that has? Up to 8 ones or zeros. I know. That's computing, man. All of it is based off of logic. All of it is based off of logic. It either exists or it doesn't. It's a 1 or a 0. That's it. And how you set up that sequence, right? How you set up that sequence of logic, you can get a computer to do whatever you want. Heck, we're almost to the point where we have it set up so well that we could get a computer to think almost, which is bananas to me. Like, think about how complicated that actually is. It's pretty fascinating stuff, dudes. But yeah, once again, I'm not a software guy. Guys, I know that this wasn't the best explanation. I know I should probably stick with rockets. Like, I get it. But that's all of it. If you really want to understand, like, logic and how it works, all of it is based off of yes or no. That's it. Our entirety of computing is based off of 1 or 0. Yes or no. That's it. Computers only work in yes or no questions. But I mean, that's why they can't think, because they work very cold logically. They're like Spock, man. Abernathy Farm suffered an attack.
Well.
Oops. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you did all right? Yeah, Escagator, I know it's not the best, right? But yeah. Like, I know like I said, I know that's not the best, but what I'm trying to do is that. See how it's going back and forth? 0, 1, no, yes, true, false, bingo. And that's why it's called logic, because computers work extremely logic. There's no thinking. It's only yes or no questions, right? So what we have right here, and why this is super important here, why this is super important is because we just made a bit. 1 or 0. That's it. There you go. 0, 1. 0, 1. 0, 1. This is a 1-bit system. Now, I could use this to count. As long as I have the decision, as long as the logic gates work in this sequence right here, right? As long as they work like that, I can make it count. We can make a computer in Fallout. And I'm not talking the terminal right there either. Now, what am I going to get this computer to do? What am I trying to get this computer to do? Well, let's think about this. Once again, think about it logically, all right? I told you guys about my resource depository that I'm going to make. There's 31 base resources in Fallout 4. So, like, if you take all the components that I've been, scrapping out and breaking down into their base components, steel, aluminum, adhesive, cloth, asbestos, I believe is one too, right? You take all those, you break them down into their base components, there's 31 base resources in the game. So acid, adhesive, aluminum, antiseptic, asbestos, ballistic fiber. If we go in here, there's all of them, right? With the exception of some things. Some of these things, the shipments aren't obviously resources. So there's screws, silver, springs, steel, and wood, right? There's 31 of them. Now, I have my resource depository. That's great. Cool. Say I wanted to make another one of these. I can make the machines that make this. This is a combat shotgun, so it's a semi-automatic shotgun. Just right. So like, think I don't know, a real-life equivalent would be like a Saiga, Saiga 12, right? Magazine-fed shotgun, right? Say I wanted to make those. Say I wanted to make those for all the people that decide to live in my settlement here. Now, yeah, once again, in Fallout you have settlements. This is my settlement. This is Sanctuary Hills. And what you can do is basically get more settlements across the entire map, and you can have bases of operation pretty much everywhere. This is my settlement. This settlement is called Sanctuary Hills. This is where I'm building my factory. Say I want to outfit all my people with these guns. So I need to make a batch of them. Say we need to make 5 of those. Well, it's pretty damn easy for me to query, okay, make 5. That shouldn't be too hard. That's not a big deal at all. I mean, what's the easiest way to do it? Think about how many resources 5 of these needs, load up the machine manually with enough resources to make 5, and then just turn it on. It'll shut off when there's no more resources, right? That's the easy way to do it. But I don't want to spend my time going through my whole damn resource depository, an array of 31 different types of raw materials, just to get some aluminum and some steel and some adhesive, right? And then there's making bullets. Hey, get out of here, stupid cow. right? And then just making bullets on top of that. Like I have to make all the ammo for it. Do I build another resource depository for the ammo factory? Do we build a resource depository for my armor factory? Say I want to give everybody ballistic helmets, so they're, you know, they need armor because you can fight in this game, right? Say I wanted to do that. How am I going to tell the machines, the hoppers that hold the resources, how am I going to tell them what's the appropriate amount of resources to move? I need to somehow be able to tell the hopper that I want to make 10 guns, right? 10 guns for my, and 10, say I want to make 10 of those combat shotguns, and each one of them needs 5 steel. Well, that's 50 steel. I want to be able to input a number from a centralized control room, figure out a way to input 50 and store it as a bit, right? And then basically have this thing turn on and start plopping resources onto a conveyor belt. When it's plopped 50 of a resource onto a conveyor belt, I want this thing to understand and count it logically and then shut the machine off. So it only moves the amount of resources that I need for whatever I queried the machine to make. It's just simple industrial automation, right? But once again, talk through it logically. In order to do any of that, I need to be able to have logic. We need to make basically a very, very primitive software. What you're looking at right there is software governance. That's software, but it's not. Software implies that you can change it. Right there, that software is what's called hard coding. That's hard coded, meaning you can't change it, right? It's hardware that is doing logic for you. That's what hard coding is, right? Now, there's a certain extent of coding that needs to be hard coded all the time, right? That, or else, you know, software doesn't exist without the hardware to back it up, right? So we have to have some hard coding here, right? But we also need it to be able to make decisions based off of what the user queried, right? What somebody typed. Like, say I have like a keyboard and I input 1 into the keyboard, right? I need to figure out a way to input information and figure out a way to have the computer make the right decisions to turn off and turn on machines at the same time. And that starts with the computer being able to make a binary decision. This is what I've been trying to do. See? Now, why is it just switching back and forth? Well, I have it pulsing a signal with the interval switch, off, on, or on, off, on, off, and note that it switches. This logic, these hard-coded logic gates are making a decision. They're making a decision which light to light up based off of one input signal. Once again, moving electricity around. Once again, putting it through that transistor. Is it option 1 or is it option 2? In this particular case, I'm pulsing power as my data signal. I'm modulating electricity, shutting it off and turning it on to get the computer to make a binary, to get this hard-coded logic to make a binary decision. That's 1 bit. There you go. That's one bit. That's 1 bit. Computers are hard-coded. What is it nowadays, guys? I'm sorry, I'm not a software guy. It's 64-bit, right? Computers are hard-coded 64-bit, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I've like read into this at all. Yeah. Okay. Cool. They're hard-coded. So the hard coding has 64 of this. It is way more complicated than that, and I understand it. I understand that it's not that, right? But that's the gist of it. With 64 of these things, you can basically do whatever you want. That's enough of a area to make all these decisions working at different times to be able to make some type of software and get some type of automation. 64-bit architecture is state of the art. There you go. Oh, nice, dude. It's a clock. This is it. And I'm learning about this too. And you can be dang sure when I'm on vacation, this is what I mean. When I'm on vacation, I'm gonna be sitting here and I'm gonna be reading about freaking assembly. It's gonna be freaking pathetic. So what's assembly? Okay. What's assembly here? Let me So, the assembly language. Here, take a look. In computer programming, assembly, or symbolic machine code, often referred to simply as assembly and commonly abbreviated as ASM or ASM, is any low-level programming language with a strong correspondence between instructions in the language and the architecture's machine coding instructions. So, what's assembly? Okay, if that was just words and you don't really understand what the heck that meant, right? Assembly is basically taking what we say, code, and translating it into those 1 and 0 decisions for the computer to understand. That's it. That's what assembly does. It's called a low-level language. I actually remembered that from reading that article. That's a low-level programming language, right? Assembly is the most basic of the basic. Like, that's where we started. We started with figuring out a way to put an array of bits and having in basic logic to get the computer to actually do things. That's where we started. So like, and it's funny because before the transistor guys, they used vacuum tubes. They used vacuum tubes for logic. Like, you know, you'd use a low-level programming language with just arrays of freaking vacuum tubes. That's where people say, like, oh, the computer's the size of a small building. It's the size of a small apartment building, but it can do the math for you, right? Like, that's where we started. We started with figuring out ways to take arrays of 1s and 0s and figuring out a way for us to be able to, for our human brain to be able to, write something, like write a bit of code, like either on a punch card or whatever, and have a low-level programming language, take that and mash it into 1s and 0s so the computer can understand. It's so ridiculous, dude. Like, so anybody here played Minecraft, for instance? Redstone. With the redstone repeaters, what can you do? You can make redstone go one way or you can make it go another way. That right there, that's computing. That's it. That's why people make computers out of redstone. We can do the same in Fallout. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, you don't need, anything that can make a 1-0 decision, guys. There were mechanical calculators before electronic computers. There were mechanical computing. They used gears. In fact, here, I'll rope this into a little bit of aerospace engineering for the aerospace nerds out there. Here, I'll show you. I gotta find it. Hold on. Mechanical computers, mechanical flight computers look more like a transmission in an automobile than they do what we would see as a computer. But you can use gears and levers for logic as well. Just like if you watched the Fallout video yesterday. If you watched us watch that guy who used the ball to store an integer. Yeah, here we go. It's called the CADC. So, look at this. You want to see something crazy? You want to see how early fighter jets had guidance systems and missiles and stuff, and how they knew where the vehicle was? That That's a Bendix CADC. Yes, if you're familiar with how a starter motor works on an automobile, yes, that Bendix. They didn't just make starter motors. They used solenoids and planetary gear sets and just gear sets in general to be able to make logical decisions. That is a computer. That's a computer. I told you, it looks more like a damn transmission. Yep. Using levers to start and stop gears. That's it. And using, well, electronic solenoids like on a starter motor. You ever have the battery dead on your car? Right? What happens when the battery's going? You go to turn it and it doesn't go. It just goes. That's the starter motor engaging and disengaging, but not having enough juice to spin the drive. That right there, the starter solenoid, right? Or, well, your Bendix drive. It's not a starter solenoid. The solenoid actuates the Bendix drive. But there's a reason why it's called the Bendix drive. Bendix came up with the idea, oh, crap. We can have it engage one gear, and if we put electricity to it, it'll move another gear. It'll move forward. It'll slide. The Bendix drive will slide forward and turn another gear instead. That's logic.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
That is a form of logic. And then they made that. Same company that made the starter motor in a 67 Chevy made that. That's a CADC. It's a central air data computer. That's what fighter jets use to get for guidance. Pretty crazy, right? Oh, that's cool, Tessa. Hey, Hooded, 34 months. And then OSTAP with a 67. Are you familiar with the basis of von Neumann architecture? No, I'm not. That computer is surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurring bearings were in a direct line with the panometric fan. Anyway, that's enough about logic. Does that make sense, dudes? Hopefully that makes sense to why this right here is such a big deal. Because I'm using a singular bit of power and then pulsing another bit of power on a separate circuit as my data signal to be able to make this thing create binary decisions. 0, 1, 0, 1. That right there, this but a bajillion times is how a modern computer works. So yeah, like when they call it logic, that's what it is. It's just ones or zeros, yes or no questions only. Imagine trying to play 20 questions with somebody, right? And you know, the questions are only yes or no. That's why it's such a big deal that people have been made, that's why AI is such a big deal, right? Because we're somehow getting something that can only answer yes and no questions to actually think. You're using an array of that, and the computer is able to extrapolate based off of patterns, believe it or not. Based off of patterns in the ones and zeros, it's able to recognize the pattern in the 1 and 0 and actually have a conversation, which is nuts. Like, it's cool, but it's also kind of scary. Hey, Supplemental Chaos. Thanks for the sub, man. All right. I appreciate it, man.
Heads up.
Sir, another is already in the works.
All right, Tessa, you back? How do we make more of this? With a big iron on his hip, a big iron. There's my big iron right there.
Doing housework?
True, software is normally binary, but our day-to-day computing is not binary. It is decimal, as in tens, and there are many more number systems for computing. For example, mine's had 20 as base. Indians have 12, but could be wrong. Aren't decimals just? Isn't an array of decimals just a stored int? And no, yeah, no. Now I'm confused. Notes. I confused myself. I'm not the best at this, guys. Sorry if that explanation sucked. Anyway, make a second one and wire the one line into the clock line of the second. All right. All right, Tessa, I'm going to disassemble our prototype. We know that this works. I also figured out that there's really no difference between doing that and doing that. As a misunderstanding, all computing is binary at the very end. There are higher levels of programming, sure. Exactly, yeah. That's what I mean about low level and high level, right? Any type of code and like if you have floats, integers, doubles, stuff like that, that's higher level programming. Think of it like, so the ones and zeros are the foundation of computing, and then like assembly is like your first floor. That's low level stuff. And then on top of that, you have the higher programming languages, and then you can even have programming languages stacked on your higher level programming. Like I said, it's been a while since Bree and I took that CS50 class. You're gonna need 8 of those walls per resource. Oh, okay, Notes, I got you. All right, Tessa, so let's try to miniaturize our microchip here. Oh, microchip. Let's find something tiny.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Brimo, tier 286. I make website pretty. I mean, Tessa, for our processing rooms, we're gonna have to use, I think, a warehouse half wall. I think we could fit 1 bit onto a half wall. I think. Here, I'm gonna put this up here closer. Actually, the same spot. Should be fine. Alright, so, let's remake it. And yeah, how wild is this that we're actually screwing around with this? The fact that we can even do this in Fallout is really, really cool to me. How many bits do you want? 8 bits should be more than enough, don't you think? That's 0 to 255. Yeah, I think 8-bit is more than enough. I'm not going to include that in the design then.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
If there are 32 materials, then 5 bits are enough. Well, oh, absolutely. There's 31 resources, but it's not necessarily about me needing a bit for every single resource. I'm trying to be able to to have an input query, right? So I'm trying to have an input. Say I need the aluminum hopper to move 10 pieces of aluminum. I want to input data, right? Input data in binary, right? So you have an 8-bit array and input 8 in binary, and then have a sensor on the hopper. So when it deploys 8 of these things, the clock matches the input query and it shuts the machine off. Does that make sense? So
Discovery, go and throttle
it's not about the amount of raw materials in the game necessarily, dude. It's about the amount of resources. Like, how big of a production run do I want to be able to do in one shot? That's really what our integer, what our kind of, not bottleneck, that's what our stakeholder expectation is, right? B-Soul, 39 months. RJ with a 49 months. I can't believe. Great people of the wasteland. Let you borrow all this stuff for your factory. How nice. The pins you need to be able to connect board to board are the 1 line and the clock line. So one needs to go to clock. Yeah, I got you. I think I got most of this right. Cherry iguana on a stick. Tessa, there's a way to copy stuff. Hold on. Looks good, RJ. Nice. I'm not looking to save builds, Tessa. I want to copy them. That doesn't matter. I'll make it by hand. I don't care.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Akitom. 28-month resub. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, Dessa, this goes to the counter, right? That goes to there. That's my clock, the laser tripwire. Tripwire needs power. Okay, so now from here, there and there. We need a light here and a light here. The one goes to the clock, right? On the next board. The 0 will go to the light. So 0, 1, 2.
Mr. Dick, did you mean to drop that?
Didn't work. Balls out forward? Dude, absolutely.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Ibis. Man, I got my balls out playing Falls Out. All right, hell yeah. What's up, Ibis? How are you?
Heads up.
Mr. Dick,
Hey, Codsworth.
happy to help, sir. Just say the word.
We're getting there.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Kyron, 72 months. Well, thanks, yourself. Just, you know, trying to make a computer in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, you know, as one does.
Hope this rain lets up soon. Hey,
Seems to be growing well.
But this didn't work. I'm not sure why. Look up a clock gen? What do you mean? What do you want? A clock generator? What do you want me to put onto that thing? Oh, an interval. Okay. I don't care, Hellfish. Quick question. Was wondering how long do you normally stay here on Fridays? This is actually, factually, my first Friday on Twitch ever. Didn't expect to find this community here. Pretty cool. So notes, you caught me right before I'm about to take a vacation. I'm gonna be gone for the next 7 days. I'll be back next Monday, so the 29th. My normal schedule right now is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noontime Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. I usually stream about 10 hours a day. And you got gifted a sub. Excellent. Yeah, we cover any and all rocket launches here whenever we can. I do space news segments, just me one-on-one with people. And then on Fridays, I do the NSF stuff, yeah.
Mr. Dick, sometimes I can almost hear the birds singing again. Mr. Dick, I hope you don't mind me saying I'm tickled you've chosen me to be your companion.
Crasher, I actually just got through explaining it. How am I learning? Trial and error, mostly, and I have chat helping me a little bit. Tessa, can I try something here? I want to try something. Let me, get rid of that for a moment. Go to miscellaneous. Long story short, I'm trying to get some logic. I'm trying to automate the amount of, like, different resources going to different parts of the factory. So in order to do that, I need to make a basic computing system to recognize if there's a resource moving down a track or if there isn't. Binary decision, ones and zeros. And then I need it to count. Is there a resource here? Yes. Okay, 1. Is there a resource here? 2. Is there a resource here? 3. Oh, there you go. Now it's neat. I want a T-type flip-flop, not a D-type. Oh boy. Guys, you know what? I think I'm gonna read up on this. I'm gonna read up on this when I'm on vacation, so we can save and quit. There we go. And I'll read up about this over the next week, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. All right, so that's gonna do it for me for a little while. Yeah. I always have a lot of like anxiousness taking this much time away from the stream. I don't like it. Remember, I don't get paid time off. So, yeah, if anybody's wondering, I will be back on the 29th. So that is a week from Monday. I need to be able to read and write. I need to be able to input a number and tell it to move 50 and then have it count 50, and when 50 equals 50, tell it to stop. Holiday consumed by flip-flops while wearing flip-flops. But yeah, before I go, yeah, I'll be back on the 29th, so 10 days from now. Before I go, I just want to say, you know, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting me. I do appreciate it. On the other side of this vacation, we got a lot of work to do. We're going to get EJ and Ernok's Excellent Adventure, which is the cross-country road trip stream that we're going to do. And then a lot of wrenching. I want to continue with Fallout, and I do eventually want to get back into playing Kerbal. We got workers to do. We got plenty of stuff to do. So, yeah. We're gonna go hard when I get back, but yeah, for now, I'm gonna sign off. I just wanted to say thank you. I know I haven't said it a lot lately, but thank you everybody that BitTip subs and supports the stream. I really appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed, believe me. You guys are here every day. The people that are here with me right now, you guys are here every day dealing with my crap. Hopefully I entertain you, you know. Hopefully I do. But make a link. Should verify. Shoot me a DM. DM that to me, Tessa. Yeah, DM me that link, okay? So, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys in about 10 days. I appreciate all of you. And that's why, you know, Kerbal's kind of on the outs right now, right? Like, I haven't played it a lot lately, but I do appreciate you guys bearing with me. We'll get back to it, okay? Thank you very much. Have a good night. Have a good week, and then weekend as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in 10 days.